Hi, I'm Chris Schomburg and I'm your instructor for AC/DC. What we're going to actually do is we're going to look at operating a motor here, and we're going to actually operate a fan, and this fan motor actually has polarity. We've looked at polarity in two different things. We've looked at it in diodes, we've looked at it in a buzzer or a piezoelectric circuit, and in this case we're looking at a motor that actually has polarity. It can only be operated if the polarity is correct. So if we have the positive to the positive and the negative to the negative. If we operate it any other way, it's not going to actually work. And so that is very important that we have the correct polarity for this circuit. Now, one key point here is that when we're looking at this, we're going to look at the diagram first. So the diagram that we have is an assembly diagram. We've graduated from calling it that. We're going to call it a pictorial schematic diagram. And this pictorial schematic diagram is actually going to have a negative 12 volts, a ground, and a positive 12 volts. We're only going to be operating between the ground and the positive 12 volts, and we're going to be operating in the DC range. We're going to then hook it up to the selector switch. Now we're going to be using the selector switch in this case, and then we're going to be going from the selector switch to the fan. And then from the fan we're going to go back to the ground unit. And so what we're going to do is we should have a circuit loop from here. Again, we're going to use the red for the coil or the cord from the 12 volts DC to the selector switch. We're going to then use the yellow from the selector switch to the fan. Again, why we're doing that is because there's not really a large voltage drop here, so it's probably going to be a high voltage or a high signal at that point. So then we're going to go ahead and then we're going to go from the fan to the ground, and we're going to use a black ground, indicating that it's a low signal from that point. So if we go ahead and we look at the symbolic schematic diagram, we can see that we have a new unit here. We have the selector switch, which we're familiar with. Remember, it looked a lot like a toggle switch or an on and off switch, and kind of like the knife switch as well. But in this case, we have a selector switch. We've looked at it before, that's not a big deal. What we are going to be looking at is the new symbolic schematic for a motor, and this motor we can see has a positive and a negative terminal, which means that it has polarity. So the only thing we really need to be worrying about is that we have the correct polarity for the motor in this case. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to build that right now. We'll see if it actually operates properly. Okay. So we're going to need 3 wires. We need the black wire, we need the red wire, and the yellow wire. Okay, so again, it looks like a German flag. What we're going to do is we're going to hook it up from the negative electron flow. So we're going to go from the ground, okay, so that's the ground point. We're going to then hook up the motor, and that's the fan, so we're going to hook that up right there. That's the negative polarity. Then we're going to take the positive, which is going to be a high signal from, it's going to be yellow in this case, it's going to go to the selector switch. Okay? And then we're going to go from the selector switch right here. Okay? And we're going to go to the 12 volt DC. And so that should actually look like a loop. We can see if we pull this up like that, we're going to see a loop, a singular loop in that case. Okay, so that's exactly what we want to see. Alright, now let's go ahead and power it up and see if it works. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, flip this on. That's the main power. We got power from the battery. We have DC power. And we can actually turn it on. We can see that it's actually spinning right now. I can actually feel a little bit of wind coming off of it. Not a lot, but a little bit of cooling coming out. So I'm getting a little bit of cooling from this fan. If I turn it off, I can see it actually stopped. So the only way I can really tell is I can see that the blades are turning on. It's not noisy enough for me to actually tell that it's on any other way. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on that really quick so that hopefully we can see the difference between the two. Okay, there we go. And so that's the only position in which I can tell that it's either on or off. We can see the fan's blades have actually stopped in that case. And if we turn this on, the fan blades rotate, and you actually can't see them, they actually disappear from view. So all you're seeing is the motor shaft rotating just a little bit, and that's the only way that I can tell that it's actually on. I do feel a little bit of coolness coming out of it, but it's really difficult to actually see that. I'm going to start it again and then turn it off, and you can see that operation right there.